What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, right back at you with the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, we're taking a look at a Chu-suke the Mouse fighter centered around deck. You know, we got some other things. We're playing essentially a broken down version of Sword Soul Tenyi. But we got Chu-suke the Mouse fighter as well, because I was asked to take a look at Chu-suke the Mouse fighter, but I wanted to do something a little more combo-esque, a little less based around stall to get Chusuke working. So we got ourselves a nice little deck here around Chusuke and summoning the Tenyi, summoning the Sword Soul Synchro, stuff like that. Very combo-esque, very fun deck. We're going to have ourselves a good time. Big shout out to Mr. Harry Yu, who asked for today's deck. As well, special shout out to you at home for 525 subscribers on the channel. We are 1/4 of the way closer to the 600 goal of the channel at the time. So thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. So, real quick, let's go ahead into our deck list today and then get into the duels. So for our main deck, we have 3 copies of Chu-suke the Mouse Fighter, 1 Mare Mare, 3 copies of Tenyi Spirit Ashina, 1 copy of Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha, 3 Sword Soul Strategist Long Juan. We have 3 copies of Tenyi Spirit Nahara, 2 copies of Tenyi Spirit Sathana, 2 Rescue Cats, and 3 Tenyi Spirit Adhara. We have 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, we have 2 copies of Sword Soul Emergence, 3 Vessel of the Dragon Cycle, 1 Monster Reborn, 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet, 1 Legendary Black Belt for flavor, and 3 Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi. We have 2 Summon Limits, 1 copy of Lone Low for flavor, and 2 Fists of the Unrivaled Tenyi. For our extra deck, we have 2 copies of Monk of Tenyi, 1 Masquerena, 1 Shaman of Tenyi, 1 Nightmare Phoenix and Unicorn. We have Draco Masters of the Tenyi, 2 Draco Berserkers of the Tenyi, regular Berserker. Draco Berserkers is a one of in here. We have 1 Tenyi Spirit Sasarara. We have 1 Mech Knight Crusadia Alpharmax, 1 number 3 Cicada King, 1 Trishula for Spice, and 1 King Longwan, the Sword Soul Catastrophe. As for the side deck, if you want to more Sword Soul things, Sword Soul of Taya is always a good choice. It makes making Draco even better. If you want to check in other level 8 synchros, also works well. Unexpected Die, you can just straight up summon Chusuke from the deck if you don't want to worry about Rescue Cat. You have things like Power of the Guardians and Morschlag, which are basically just there if you want to really focus on Chusuke, boosting them up. And of course, Imperm is always good, especially if you're going second. So, with all that being said, let's go into EDO Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works. Have ourselves a good time. Alright, here our first opponent. Another day, another card game. And we do want to try and go first with this deck. We can't go second, of course, but prefer to go first. Prefer to go just a finished sort of thing, but that extra draw is never going to hurt. Okay, so we did open. That's actually pretty good. This is what I would call one of our best combos here. Chusuke the Mouse Fighter, Vessel of the Dragon Cycle. Dragon of the Vessel Cycle, basically what this card does, you send a worm from deck to grave. If you have a non-effect monster, you can add a Tenyi monster from your deck to your hand. This guy's playing Salamangreats. I hope it's not Salamangreats. I don't like Salamangreats that much. Of course it's Salamangreats. Alright, well it's Salamangreats indeed. Such is the way sometimes. You just have to ban the Salamangreats. Alright, but you know what? I'm not gonna let Salamangreats ruin our day. I don't care for Salamangreats very much. They're very, I don't like them. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the constant looping of the links or constantly using the Omni Negate plus the Popper over and over again. That's something. I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead until this guy's done. You know, Salamangreats, they can take their sweet time making their combos. So I'll be back as soon as this guy's done doing what he is doing. Alrighty, so my opponent is finally finished. He did not actually set up the traps or anything, which is perfectly fine for me. So, should I go Rescue Cat? I'm very much thinking about that. I'd rather have the Sword Soul guy, to be honest. But, you know, we'll go ahead and activate our field spell. Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi. My non-effect monsters are unaffected by monster effects. So we're going to go ahead and summon out Chusuke the Mouse Fighter. We're going to activate our Vessel of the Dragon Cycle. Barring any ass blossoms, I should be fine. If I get hit with ass blossom, well, I can still play through the ass blossom, but it won't be as fun. It will not, because I can use this to go for Mare Mare, do some Link shenanigans there, or Synchro. I could do either or. That's the nice thing about Mare Mare. People forget that he is a tuner. And I will say it's a he, because male seahorse babies, that's how male seahorses are. So we're going to send that to the grave. And let's go ahead and get... who do I want to get? Do I want Sathana? I got Sathana. I prefer Sathana, even though Sathana's at the 2. It's a 2 of, but it's more like a 3. So let's go ahead for Sathana. Summon this, because I have no effect monsters. And we're going to go ahead and make the Monk of the Tenyi. Now that we have no effect monsters once again, we'll summon out Ashuna. We shall special summon out this boy right here. Hasha. And we're going to go ahead and make this Shaman of the Tenyi. Shaman of the Tenyi. I can discard a card from my hand to bring back a Wyrm monster. Mare Mare is a Wyrm monster. It's pronounced worm, but I'm gonna say Wyrm. I'm gonna try and make it a thing, but it's not gonna work. Anyway, we're gonna summon out Mare Mare. Up to thrice per turn, you can reduce Mare Mare's level by 1 to summon a token. And this is the thing where I could honestly go for a lot of different things. I could just straight up make Trishul. That's actually not a bad idea. Let me think about that. 5, 6, 7, let's see, 5, 8, 9, so I only need 2 tokens. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. It's a thing. Sometimes I make, you know, a lot of links and things. I think I'm going to go for some synchros. Unless this guy's playing Nibiru, which would not be fun for me. It would not be fun if there was a Nibiru in that hand of yours, young man. I'll tell you what, that would not be cool. Oh yeah, that thing. I forgot that was a thing. What does this do again? Add a fire from grave to hand. Okay, I don't care. I don't give a shite. You go right ahead. I don't care. Okay, so now that he's done whatever that was, we are going to go ahead, double check our numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't make Trish. I can't make Trish and make more things. Which is on for. I could make Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. That's not a bad idea. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. Before we do, though, I'm going to make Masquerena. Make Masquerena. That way we can have ourselves a Avramax. Give ourselves just a wee bit of protection. Wee bit of protection there. And, let's see, I could use a Shuna to bring out a monster. 4, I could, wait a minute, let's see, 4, 8, 9. I mean, I still won't be able to, I can't summon anything but Tenyi's the turn I use this, but I'm going to go ahead and get myself Nahata out here. Just because I can have Nahata out on the board, he'll be ready in case I need him. And I'm still baiting out whatever this guy's got something. I think he has Nibiru, which kind of sucks. Kind of sucks if he's got Nibiru, but I think he's got Nibiru. It's unfortunate, but true. Battery does have Ash Blossom, and he just has not used it for some reason. But I think this reads Nibiru to me. Or I could be wrong. Okay, that is fine. So, let me think. Actually, I could go for this guy instead. Can't destroy my battle, effect monsters. No other effect monster. I have an effect monsters. That won't work. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a Shinkra boy. We shall make Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. That'll be very nice indeed. And I'll save that for later. So let's go ahead into the battle phase. I'm going to go ahead and use Draco Berserker's effect. Alright, rather, I'm going to just attack with the guy. Let's attack. Let's Mirage Stalio. Let's attack that guy. I don't trust that guy. We'll attack his horse. He can banish his Balinks to protect one of his monsters from destruction. But it's fine. Now that I've destroyed his monster, my Berserker gets really big. And who do I want to destroy this time? I guess it really doesn't matter too much. Because he can just, like, you know, revive Jaguar. He can revive other things. But it is all good. You know, we're just gonna run over a bunch of his cards. Gonna run over a bunch of his board, do a lot of damage. So, let's attack... Let's see. Control Salamangreat Link. Target a Salamangreat in the grave, except for the self. Shuffle the deck. I guess I should at least try to get rid of one of his Balinxes. That, and if I get rid of Jaguar, he'll just summon it to this zone and get stuff back. And for some reason, I was not allowed to use Avermax's effect. Oh, yeah, because I can't even use the effects of Avermax's turn. Okay, that's fine. I got to do damage with the Draco Berserker, so it's all good. So, we'll go ahead and end our turn, and that's one of the more basic... You know, that's what we do with this deck. You know, you start with Chusuke, you go for the Draco... I always forget the name of that darn spell. What is he doing? Spiny? What is Spiny? Just summons itself, right? If you control a Salamangreat other than itself, special summon this card. Okay, that's fine, I think. It's whatever. Go ahead. Summon Spiny, I don't care. But yeah. Vessel of Dragon Cycle plus our Chusuke makes a nice board. And yes, it is something that Tenyis have been doing forever, but it's still a combo I like to do. So he's got himself a Sunlight Wolf. Let's see. Jackie the Jaguar will now bring itself back from the dead. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna use Draco Berserker's effect. He used the monster effect. I can just straight up banish his monster because it used its effects. So that'll stop him from doing Jackie the Jaguar combo for a minute. He can? I believe he definitely has another Sunlight Wolf, right? Like, he only has two here. He has a third. I would say he more than likely has a third one of these. And so he can still use the effect of, you know, the field spell, Link this, to make another one. Which he shall do. That'll activate its effects. Don't tell me it doesn't do anything. I know it has an effect. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Okay, so it doesn't actually do anything. Okay. Well, that's fine. Even if this did have an effect, I've got Droplet, so I'm good. So, that's what we're trying to do today, folks. We're trying to use our Chusuke, use our Tenyis, make a nice board, make a synchro or two, and we have ourselves fun doing it. So, let's go ahead for duel number 2. Keep trying to do more different synchros and things. Try to make Trishul if we can. And just have ourselves a good time. You know, it's a nice, fun, simple deck. Very straightforward. And that's how we like it here. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. And we'll see what happens this second. George, what are you doing? You guys don't even know. What are you doing? He's looking for my dinner. That's what he's doing. I told you I'll get you more food. I already ate my dinner. He wants the crumbs. But I can't give him crumbs since it's bones. Can't give dog... Well, the little rib bones. I can't give him little rib bones. That would be very bad. But I will get you more food. You animal. Mystic Mine. I just played that yesterday, so I can't really complain to him. Okay, so this guy's playing Mystic Mine stuff. I'm not too worried about that. I'm a little more annoyed at Nurse Reficool Burn, but is what it is. Alright, so this guy's playing Nurse Reficool Burn. Luckily, I've got Forbidden Droplet, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and summon out Chu-suke the Mouse fighter. Yugioh. That's my terrible, goofy impression there. And we'll go for Nahada. And we're waiting for this guy to drop his traps. You know, if he activates his traps, I can use Droplet. He's trying to make me gain life and then lose it because of this. But if I can negate his Reficool, I'll be good. Because then I'll just gain a whole bunch of life points. And I'll have Harpy's Feather Dust waiting in the wing. Inga Dinga Dargan. Oh man, that's an moment. Monster Board's really good for when I go for like the best combo. It helps me make more synchros and things. And yeah. Yeah, I'd like to have big numbers, please. I would very much enjoy the big numbers. So let's go ahead. Oh, I could make the Draco Master. Destroy effect monsters up to the number of non-effect monsters you control are in the grave. Or I can just make Draco Berserker. I'm just gonna make Draco Berserker. There'll be a time for masters. Honestly, making this deck, I just realized, you know, there's so many synchros this deck can make. I probably could have thrown in Baron de Fleur as well. There's just so many options. That's something in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's often a problem. There's just so many options, you never know what to do. Come on, do the other one. What did he pick? He said fusions. Alright. Forbidden Droplet. I negate you. Okay, so he's just gonna gain 3,000 life points. I thought he was trying to damage me. But no. Okay, so he'll keep most of his life points, basically. But I'm fine still. I've got Harpy's Feathered Ulster. I need him to set some more things, and once he does, he's gonna be pretty much dead. Because once I hit him with Harpy's Feathered Ulster, he's not gonna have a good time. Not gonna have a very good time at all. Alright, so you've got the Dark Lord again, but now you can't play your Harpies, or you can't play your Mystic Mine yet. Not at the moment. Let me think about this. I could make... Where'd he go? I could make Saharasa. A Sarasarasa. That's an option. You know what? Why not? We'll give it a shot. What's this guy gonna do? Make me gain life points? I doubt it. So we're gonna make our Link 4 monster. Sahasrasra. I can never pronounce this guy's... Oh! Solemn Judgment. Okay. Unfortunate, but is not a big deal. All I need to do is draw into a monster and I'm fine. That's all I really need. I just need to draw a Tenyi or whatever, pretty much. I'm good. Because, yeah, he'll get the thing, but now he's gaining... He's losing more life points than he's gaining. At this point, that's bad for him, good for me. Set a monster. Potential badness intensifies. We'll find out. We'll find out indeed. This is a much more intense Nurse Refuel duel than I was expecting, to be honest. See, now he sees my set card and is like, nope. Alright, we'll save that for next turn. We got ourselves our Sword Soul. When I originally made this deck, it was a lot more Sword Soul centric. I had a lot... Did he just... Oh. I was about to say, did he just set all of his Mystic Mines one after another for no good reason? And then I'm like, oh, he did it for an actual reason. Okay. He had a reason for doing all that. Alright, well, unfortunately for my opponent, he's pretty much dead right here. I'll go for my Harpy's Feathered Ulster. He loses his stuff. And we're going to use our Sword Soul Strategist effect. You can send one of your worms to the grave to summon this dude out. And the nice thing about Sword Souls is they summon tuner tokens. Token tuners. So I can go ahead and make my level 10. Again, I could have put Baron de Fleur in here. Probably should have. Probably could have taken out the Draco Masters or something, but it is what it is. So since we use Longyun as a synchro material, he burns for 1,200 damage. Hacha. And that'll be game right there, because I have 2,900 attack points. So there's a much more simplified duel here. You know, I got to show off a little bit more of the Synchro A sort of thing. I got the King Long here. And, you know, I went up against the guy I was expecting to Mystic Mine me. And he never did. But even if he had, I have Spell Trap removal, so it's all good. So, let's go ahead for one more duel today. You know, we're not going to duel, you know, as much as I'd like with this deck, but I'm a little low on time today. But we're going to have time for one more good duel. Alrighty, third and final opponent. Let's go all in today. What do we got? Alright, we got our Ooh. I got it with Monster Reborn and my Negate, too. That is pretty damn good. I like that. That is a hand I like a lot. Barring Ash Blossom, but I don't think he has Ash Blossom. If he had Ash Blossom, he would probably play it. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get ourselves nice and set up, because I got a Tenyi monster too. It must be my birthday. It's not actually my birthday. If it was, I'd be wearing a party hat. Instead, I'm wearing the squid hat today, if you hadn't noticed. I don't usually mention what I'm wearing, But I got the hat. I even have my... Let me show it. I got my Bruce Lee shirt. It's Chusuke's British style. I mean, look at this guy. Look at that guy. Same guy. And that's what we're wearing today. I wore this shirt for good luck, and it's working out pretty good. Alright, so we've got our Monk of the Tenyi. And we'll use our Nahata. I might not get to use this, because I need discard fodder to do everything I would like to do. Plus, I do want to leave Chusuke on the board. Least for now, So go ahead and use our Shaman. Bring back my body. I'm not surprised that Mari never got banned or anything, considering how powerful its effect is. Might be hit in the future because of the Sword Soul Tenyis. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this. As we like to do. We'll go ahead and make ourselves the Masquerena. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The question is... Because I make the 8... If I draw another Chusuke, though... difficult decision. It's always such a difficult decision, isn't it? Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and make our Nike Avermax. I could make more things. I mean, what's in my graveyard? 4, 5. I could make Trishula right now. That is an option. I could make myself a nice Trishula. That is very tempting. But maybe next turn. Maybe. I can bring back Mari. I do have Monster Born. But I'll go ahead and have my turn right there. Nice, simple going first here. So now we're all set. Darklord Ichel, I see. We're up against the Darklords, Lords of Darkness. Come to avenge Nurse Refakul. Alright. I'm not too worried. The Darklord fusion's pretty beefy, but, I got things I can handle that. I mean, I can't protect Draco Berserker from the fusion, but... Oh no! My Monster Reborn! Well, ironically, I've got a card that has Darklords on it. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's like, I'm up against Darklords, and I've drawn Forbidden Druplet, which has Darklord Link guy on it. It's got the Darklord Link monster. Let's see, what's this guy got in his graveyard? Okay, he's got the Fusion, he's got a Morning Star, he's got a couple Superbias and an Ichel. Okay, so he's pretty set up. Day of Peace. And more droplets. I think the game's trying to tell me something. It's trying to tell me, you're gonna need to negate something. You're gonna need to negate a little bit of something. But yeah, no, Monster Born kind of sucks. I really did want to... Nashtin. What's this do again? Pay 1,000, target a Darklord spell trap. I don't trust you. I don't trust you, Nastin. Yeah, nice thing about Draco Berserker, he can just banish things from your opponent's hand, your field, their graveyard. Where have you? He's a really nasty dude. He's nasty, but he's got a heart of gold. He does. Let's see. Adhara. Actually, not bad. Not bad. I can make another monk. I can make a monk. That way, I'll have a normie on the board. So now I can use my normie stuff. I can use, I can use Nahata or Sathana if he gets destroyed or he battles into something. Not bad. Not bad at all. So we'll go ahead and battle into our opponent. Draco Berserker can attack twice, but he has to battle a monster first. Which, is what it is. It's something. It's something. And I just remembered he has Day of Peace. He has the Day of Peace, but I'm not going to let him think that I have forgotten that he exists. I'm just going to attack him anyway. I'm going to make him think that I forgot. In reality, I'm just making sure my opponent feels included in the duel. Alright, so Banishment of the Darklords. That's his searcher. Gets the contact. That'll allow him to do that. Alrighty. Yeah, for whatever reason, Draco Berserker doesn't banish Ichel. Not sure why, but it does not. Alright, so now he's going to use his Darklord's contact. That'll let him big back Superbia. Superbia, when revived from the grave, allows him to revive a Darklord. But I'm going to go ahead and attempt to stop this. Mostly because I don't want him to have stuff. And partly because I'd rather save Draco Berserker for other things. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't want him to... Ooh. Whoa, Starving Venom? I think, maybe. Hopefully that's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. Super Polytech cards. Okay. He hit me up with a Super Polytech card, but it's fine. Starving Venom can battle into me as much as it wants, but I beat over any special summon thing. Granted, that will destroy my monk. Yeah, normally I wouldn't waste Athana, but yeah, I gotta bring back the monk. I'd rather have the monk than not have the monk. Because this way I can do a little bit more damage, and I still have my Nahata in the graveyard. So, this guy will battle into my monk. Well, he can't battle into monk, but if he could battle into monk, I've got a green boy in my graveyard. So I'm all set. So this guy, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, he put up a good fight. But unfortunately for him, my deck was able to put on just a little bit too much for him. So that's the deck, everybody. Let's go ahead into the end screen today. Call it a day. Alrighty, the Chu-suke Tenyi Sword Soul Shiggy deck. We went 3 out of 3. I mean, again, we went up against some people that weren't as proficient at the game as I would like, but we got to show off what this deck is all about. You know, summon out Chu-suke, go for a combo, make some synchros, some links, things like that. And it's a nice little thing. You know, it works pretty good. You know, Chusuke, I really wish Konami would, like, visit this old thing and give it some support. I mean, they did that with Battle Guards, of all things. So why not the Chusuke and the Master Monk and all them? I mean, they got some support, but they really need an overhaul. They really do. But I'm happy with how the deck turned out. We didn't get to summon, like, Trishula, which would have been cool, but, you know, sometimes you go for Trish, sometimes you don't, you know? But I enjoyed the deck. I hope you guys at home enjoyed it too. Make sure you hit like if you liked the video to let me know that you liked it. Consider subbing if you haven't, because we're still trying to get the channel up to the roof. That's where we're going. So, thank y'all very much for watching. Your boy Memphis signing out. I'll see you guys again later. Take care till then.